We bring it back to life, taking it to brand new heights. Ashes get beautified, stop by and jazz it up. We bring it back to life, taking it to brand new heights. Ashes get beautified, stop by and jazz it up. Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. It's Jasmine and I'm back with another video. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing a little bit more on the kitchen. So I did the dinette video, which I'll put it here. I showed you the kitchen and I kind of like added some decor to it, but I didn't like paint it or add a backsplash or change out the hardware or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing that today and I'm going to be trying out a DIY backsplash. So let's jump in. Okay, so here's our dining area, as you guys saw before probably. And then here's our kitchen. So it's nothing spectacular. As you can see, it's just kind of a small space. So there's not a lot that I can do. Last time you guys said you wanted to see what other changes I would make in here. So I'm going to kind of take you through and show you what things I'm going to change. So as you can see, the walls in this area are still like that bluish gray. So I am going to paint everything white. And then I'm going to try to do a DIY backsplash, which hopefully it works out. We'll see. But that's pretty much all I'm going to do. And then I'll probably put everything back. Maybe a couple small DIYs. I haven't decided for sure yet, but that's all I have planned. Oh, and I'm going to change these out. I ordered some like wood ones just to add a natural element because I feel like I really hate silver, to be honest. And I would rather have something more like natural looking. So if we make these wood, I'm going to add white and like a backsplash. I think that's pretty much the extent of it. I may or may not add a curtain depending on how hard it is because it's like behind there. I don't know if I could do it, honestly, but we'll see if I could figure out a hack or something. But that's pretty much it. So that's the plans. Let's get started. So a few months ago, I started this board called Dream Home. It's pretty much just a space where I can dream and kind of figure out things that I would want for a future home without limitations of budget or life circumstance. I noticed myself pinning a lot of these like really pretty organic tiles that have a lot of texture to them and they're just really unique. I wanted to create something like this for our backsplash in our kitchen. In the past, I had used these like peel and stick tiles, which ended up being really expensive. The price has gone up. They're like $40 a pack now, and I would need 3 packs, and that was just too much. So my affordable options were either wallpaper, which has no texture, or to use like a peel and stick with a pattern, which just was not my vibe. So then I set off to figure out this backsplash thing on my own. I first stopped at Walmart to grab some paint that matched the living room. And then when I was checking out, I realized it was only $2. It was crazy. Then I just went home and cleaned everything up and was getting prepped to paint. Just like that, it's done. It looks so much better from the blue. This looks so much better without the crispy line that was there. So yeah, it's looking good. I'm excited to show you guys what I want to try with the backsplash. I really hope it works because yeah, I don't want it to fail. But yeah, I'm gonna remove the tape and then I will get working on the backsplash. So I grabbed a package of these little like cork coaster looking things. So they have adhesive on the back so you can, they're like stickers. But my goal is to paint them and I will put like an inspo pic here on the screen. I want to try to create like a faux tile with these. So I'm wondering if I hand put each one on, will it look a little bit more like, you know, handmade instead of just like a peel and stick, a subway tile kind of thing. So I'll have to paint them. So I'm going to use the paint that we had for the wall, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of beige so it could look more like my inspo pic. So this whole process was a lot of trial and error because I was just experimenting with things. So I first tried rolling them with a roller, and that kind of soaked all the paint in. And then I realized just using a paintbrush with like globs of like thick paint was way easier, and it was actually working better. So that's what I started to do. And it was actually really quick. I just put some music on and just zoned out and painted all of these tiles. Like so far, I kind of like that this is coming out because it looks like a real tile. So hopefully when they dry, they look legit. And I'm hoping, I used gloss, like this has a gloss, and then the paint is satin, so it has a little bit of a gloss. So I'm hoping that I can still wipe them down the same way I would with the wall, like let's say something splatters on it. But I'm not too worried about it because I could just switch out a tile if need be too. So the ones that I didn't glob paint on, when they dried kind of like this. So I went back over them with a second coat. As you can tell, I did leave the edges like unpainted. I wanted to make it look kind of like this distressed tile that was in my inspo pic, and I will show you what I felt about that later. Putting these up on the wall was actually my favorite part. It was like the most rewarding because I could finally see what it looked like, and it felt like I was doing a big puzzle, which was fun. And I just had to cut around like the outlet or the light switch. Really simply just held it up, measured it out, and then just cut around it. And then also, I didn't realize that these were not perfect squares until like halfway through my like tiling. And so the pattern was slightly off a little bit. I don't know if you can notice. I'm gonna do one more batch. I got 2 packs, so I'm on the second pack of 100. I'm almost done, but I'm gonna open a new pack because that's where we're at. And I don't know if I should do this side too, or if I should just leave it. I kind of think it would be cool to have it all the way around. But yeah, I'm gonna do this side just up until the ends, because then it would be like weird if I keep going. But yeah, it looks good. So now they're just drying, and then I'll probably do a second coat, like touch up, and hang them up. So although I like it, I think that this little distressed look might be a little bit too much. So I think I'm just going to switch it up and paint over it now that they're on the wall. I'm just gonna touch up those little corners. Hey fam, so I'm back in the kitchen today after being out for a few days. I had some stuff to work on, so I put everything back in the kitchen so that we can live normal life. But as you could see probably, some of the pieces are kind of raising up. It's not super dramatic, but you can tell like over time that will probably raise up. We probably won't be here super long, honestly. Our lease will be up maybe in 4 to 5 or 6 months. So we're for sure gonna stay through the end of our lease. So I do wanna make sure it can last that long. So I grabbed this tape from Amazon. Looks like this. Oops. Looks like this. So I'm going to stick it under the pieces on the back. I know it sounds like a lot of work. On this side, the pieces are not raising up. I don't know why. It might be like from the steam of the stove, or I don't know. I kind of liked, as I've been like moving the tiles around a little bit, it seems like the ones that I've lifted up or misplaced and then replaced in like the right position have less stickiness to them because I raised them up first. It kind of took away some of the stickiness, but the ones that I just placed in the right spot right away are not raising up. So it might have just been that. But I think I kind of want to move them to be a little bit closer to each other because the ones that are closer look a little bit better versus like having, I thought like it would look more like tile if I leave a little gap in between. But honestly, the tiles that I liked, that was my inspiration, don't actually have a gap in between. And then these I feel like look a little bit better without the gap. So I'm going to try to close some of the gaps. It may or may not work the way that I'm thinking because they're not perfect squares. But I think for the most part, it should help and make it look a little bit better. But anyway, let's jump into this. Share this. Some of the pieces left like this residue behind, so I would say it's probably not super renter friendly if you can't like touch up the wall afterwards and paint it. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. It's not perfect, but I like it. It looks good. So I'm probably just going to add these like thinner pieces across the top just to make it kind of look framed, and that's it for this side. And then I just have to do this side. Also, I am switching out the current silver for these brass ones. I got these on Amazon, so we got 20 to switch all the handles out. I would have probably preferred to have like a brushed brass, but these are really pretty, honestly, and they were inexpensive, so that's why I went with these. I really loved some wood ones I found, but they did not fit on our cabinet, so these are our second choice. Okay, so I'm not going to be fixing this side just because it doesn't look that bad, and honestly it was a lot of work to fix that side. So I'm just gonna leave it, and I have a lot of stuff I'm gonna style over it, so it doesn't matter. So I really wanted to get a new knife set. It's just financially probably not a good idea at this moment. So I'm gonna keep this one, but I will show you the one that I want in case you guys can get it. I love it so much, and it's like a lighter wood, so it'll be really pretty, but next time, maybe for my birthday, I will get it. We'll see. So I'm just gonna put my knives back in this corner, which they were already here before. And then these little guys, and I get a lot of questions on these. These were from Home Goods, and I found them for, I took the sticker off, but they were $6 or $7, $6.99 from Home Goods, and they're so cute. And this comes off easily, like to wash it, so they're really cute. Love those. And it just adds like some texture to the countertop, so that's perfect. And then I have my cookbooks, which I barely ever use. But I do like to have them here just in case. And this one's really pretty. This one's like the Joanna Gaines one. I got this one at my bridal shower when we got married. So I'm gonna leave this one with the binding out because I don't mind the blue. But these other ones, which this one's a keto one, and the binding is red, so I'm going to tuck it this way so that you just see the pages like this. And then the same thing with this one, the binding, it's not that bad, but I just don't like it has a lot of color, so I'm just gonna put it this way. So I'm gonna leave them like that right there. And then, as you guys know, I hate the outlets here on the counter, as I told you before. If you guys watched my dinette video, which I gave like a little tour of the kitchen before, I said that I didn't like how the outlets look, so that's why I cover them with, like, if you have kitchen appliances, those usually are what cover them, but we don't have a whole ton. We don't drink coffee or anything like that. So yeah, I know it's weird, we don't drink coffee. Okay, so I'm putting these just kind of staggered behind there. This one, this side's like all messed up, so I usually don't cut on I try not to cut on this side and just use this side. That way when I set on the counter, it looks a little bit more presentable. I have this bamboo paper towel holder, and this is from Ross. I think it was like $6 or $7, so I love it. And we use paper towels. We're not that eco-friendly yet. Okay, and then I have this, which we had already, just a macrame plant holder, and I'm thinking I could hang it here from the window. So let's see. Okay, so you see this like thing, I'm just gonna hang it on there. I have an S-hook, which came with our utensils randomly. I don't use it for that though. So I'm just gonna hang it up here. I have this string of bananas. I have not repotted it yet. I'm not ready to do that. But I just put it inside of here for now. I'm gonna probably just get a pot that's big enough to cover the grower pot. And yeah, so this was, I found it at Walmart for $12. So it's really inexpensive. And I can't wait for it to grow nice and long. That's the goal. I've definitely killed my share of plants. I do want to keep it a little bit more empty, but because we have limited space in our apartment, I'm going to have to store my propagations here. So I'll probably just leave them here for now. And then one more plant. It doesn't have a home. So with limited space, I like to keep our place pan on the stove because it's pretty, and why not? So I just leave it here. And then I have this, which I've been using, this little scrap of wood over the stove for our spices. But I do want to build, like, have a slightly longer piece. It's just at my parents' and I haven't had a chance to go over there. But just a slightly longer one, and then adding a leg to it so it doesn't have to like balance. Right now it's been balancing, but like if I add a leg so it could like rest on the counter a little bit better. And then these little drawers were from IKEA, and I just put spices in them and slapped a label on them. One day the labels melted off. So some of them, the labels like kind of melted off. They like fell onto the stove one night and I didn't realize it, and the stove was going, so the labels just kind of melted. And then I had this little faux air plant, and I just put it here in the corner just to add a little bit of life there. I'll link these utensils again. These are my favorite utensils, you guys. I got them on Amazon. My mom got them for my for Christmas, and she also got me the Our Place pan. So she got me these for Christmas, and they're just amazing. They're khaki, really pretty neutral with light wood. Love it. Love it. As you guys know, I love to use these slabs of wood. This I've already had, so it's not in the best condition. But it was $10 at Home Goods, I believe. So I'm just gonna put that here just to add some warmth under where the soap is gonna go, because these counters and the cabinets and everything's really white. So adding some wood kind of just warms up the space just a little bit. So also the brass doing the same thing. I have this little thing. I found this for $1 at Hobby Lobby, and then this was at Ross for like a set of 2 for like $4 or $5. So I just created this little dish with that. And I have my reusable amber bottle, which I got from Home Goods, I believe, and I've just been reusing it. It was like filled with soap, and then I just took the label off, put my own label on, and then I've been reusing this bottle for dish soap. This, my reusable kombucha bottle, I've been using for hand soap as well. So I just put them here next to each other. Really inexpensive hack for dish soap and hand soap. And to cover the outlet that's right behind it, I just add this charger, because I can get to it easily if I want to, but then it's not showing. And then I have this cactus, which I feel like needs light, so I should put it in here, but I feel like it is making it feel a little crowded. Abby got this for me one night. He brought it home just after work. It was really sweet. So I do want to keep it somewhere where it can get enough light, but I don't know. It might be too crowded up here. So we'll leave it there for now. And then I have one more plant that needs a home, and I'll put here in the corner. And then I have this little guy. I used to have the broom-ish looking thing up here, which I did like, but I'm thinking this just kind of ties in the brass handles now. Because we have a lot of natural elements with the like raffia and the pieces of wood and stuff, but I wanted to tie back the brass, so I'm gonna put this up here instead. And that's it. Also, I switched the mat out for this one from Rugs USA, which is like a comfort mat from their new line. They actually gifted this to me, but it's a really beautiful, it looks like it's woven, but at the same time it's wipeable and all of that good stuff, which is perfect for the kitchen because my last mat was super gross and dirty. Also, we still have this bamboo dish rack, but it will be stored under the sink for now. And I have to leave the trash can here. We don't have a better way to hide it just because there's limited space. I would love to just have a small one like under the sink or something, but we don't have room for that. I might shoot the after shots without it though. Thank you so much for watching. I really love the way the kitchen looks, honestly, but I would say that the tile DIY, it's not a complete fail, but I would say it definitely wasn't like a roaring success, if I could be honest. I do like the way that it looks though. I think it looks really cute, and it's probably the closest that I could get to the tile that I really want in real life, but it is what it is. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and follow me on Instagram at @thejoystepbeforehim. I will put it here. If you want to just see more of like my daily stuff that's going on, or you want to contact me or share with me some of your projects, DIY projects. I've been getting some really cool before and afters from some of you guys, which is honestly one of my favorite things. So thank you for sharing those with me. I'll catch you on the next one. Keep spreading the love and light, and I'll see you soon.